What's going on, guys? TmarTn here, and today we are going to be talking about all the known specialists in Black Ops 3. So as you guys know, in multiplayer, you choose a specialist character to use each match, and that character not only affects how you look, but it also affects which power weapon or power ability you get to earn throughout the course of that match. And I've been lucky enough to play the game quite a bit over the past month or so. I've used every single known specialist up until this point. We know about 6 out of the 9 total. And so I wanted to go through, let you guys know about each one, let you guys know about their power weapons, power abilities, and overall just kind of my impressions of each of them. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Now, before we get into that, one thing I do want to mention is that Control Freak actually just released the custom TmarTn Shield, which I'm just like, it's awesome. It's a really cool opportunity. I wanted to share it with you guys. So you guys can see here, the shields are just kind of like these decals or these stickers you can stick on your controller to change the way they look. And it's a lot cheaper than doing, you know, like a big custom controller or a custom scuff or something like that. So if you guys are interested in these, I will link it down in the description. They have quite a few of them, you know, obviously I have mine, but then they also have an Advanced Warfare one. They have a Black Ops 3 one, stuff like that. They're like $10. You can save 10% with the coupon code TmarTn, and they're just kind of a cool thing. And to celebrate the release of the TmarTn ones, it just came out today, I'm actually going to be giving away some signed ones. So I'm also going to put a link down in the description to a sidekick thing. You just put in your email and your phone number, and we're going to pick some winners, and I'll send you some signed, shields, which should be pretty cool. So anyway, getting into this, let's talk about the specialists in Black Ops 3. So like I said, we know of 6 of the 9 specialists so far. So starting off, the very first one is Ruin. This guy is an absolute badass. His story is like he's this, you know, kind of like hardened kid that grew up kind of a hard life, and he was one of the first people to opt in for bio augmentation, just, you know, voluntarily. Like, there's nothing wrong with him. He wasn't hurt. He wanted to have his limbs cut off so that he could have bionic arms put in and just be a total badass. So his power weapon is called the gravity spikes, and these things are these 2 giant spikes that he can use to launch himself up into the air, and then you kind of like come slam down, and it's an area of effect blast, and it takes out a good sized area. I'm not sure what I'm gonna say, like, you know, maybe 15 feet, you know, diameter or something like that. Like, it's a big blast. Like, you can go in to domination flag, and if anybody's close to that flag when you slam down on it, you're gonna take them out. It's really, really good, but it's also tough because you can't get killed in the air when you're coming down to slam them, and once you get killed, you lose the ability, which kind of sucks. So the gravity spikes are pretty cool. Then his ability is Overdrive, and this gives him a temporary burst of speed, and man, is this a burst of speed. You literally move like probably 3 or 4 times normal speed for, I'd say, like 10 to 15 seconds, something like that. I actually found myself using this ability a lot. It's kind of a pretty basic ability there, just being able to run faster, but it's extremely, extremely useful, especially in CTF. If you can sneak into the enemy base and get, you know, close to the flag, even if you don't clear out the base, you can activate Overdrive and grab that flag and dip out of there so fast the enemy like don't even know what happened. They can't like see you because you're already out of there, and there's no way they can catch you. So that's kind of cool, and it's also pretty good for trying to track down enemies as well. Like in CTF, if an enemy takes your flag, you can activate that and hunt them down and get them before they get back to their base, which is pretty good. Now, next up, we've got Seraph. She is, you know, kind of like this crazy, wild, secretive gunslinger type girl. She's really, really cool. Her special weapon is probably my favorite out of everything. It's called the Annihilator. It's a high caliber revolver that you guys have seen. It's a one-shot kill. It's essentially like a golden gun, you know, James Bond 007 golden gun. Just, you know, you aim at people, you shoot it. If you're on target, they're gonna go down, even if they're, you know, halfway across the map. It's a very, very powerful weapon, but you have to be super accurate with it. That's the catch. Like, if you miss a shot, again, anytime you die, then you're gonna lose that until the next time you earn it. So you got to be careful with that. And then also she has combat focus, which is an ability that I really didn't use that much. It's kind of like hardline, except in perk form. So, you know, or not in perk form, but in specialist ability form. It says, while active, all score earned will trigger a bonus multiplier towards score streaks. So basically, it's something where you activate it as you're earning scores, you know, capping flags, getting kills, whatever it is. You're going to get bonus XP for that towards your score streaks, which I guess could be pretty good if you're trying to go for those high score streaks, but in terms of a specialist weapon or ability, it's not my favorite. Now, next up, we have Outrider. Again, kind of another just absolute, like, secretive badass. Was raised in, like, the favelas of Brazil or something like that, jumping from rooftop to rooftop. She's really, really cool. Her specialist weapon is the Sparrow, which is a compound bow. So the way this thing works is you kind of like have to hold the trigger to pull back, and the longer you hold, the more force is going to be behind it, and then you let it go, and when it hits enemies, if you hit them like horizontally, it's actually gonna it'll kill them instantly upon impact, but it's also gonna make their bodies, you know, kind of like ragdoll, and it shoots them backwards with the momentum behind that arrow, which is kind of cool. And then the arrow also blows up a few moments after impact. So you've seen the trailer, you know, somebody got like speared with it, and then they went backwards, and then it blew up and killed another enemy, which was kind of cool. So you guys can use this as a single shot kill weapon, which is pretty cool, but you can also use it as almost like a grenade launcher. Like I remember staying behind cover and kind of shooting these things at flags to get people off of flags. So it's kind of good in both regards with that. Now, next up, her, you know, kind of special ability, I guess you want to call it, is called Vision Pulse. And this is one that I'm a little bit worried about, particularly in Search and Destroy. This seems like it's going to be a little bit overpowered, but what Vision Pulse does is you can see through walls for a temporary amount of time and a like limited distance to see where enemies are. It's kind of like the threat detection and advanced warfare and stuff like that. It's basically wall hacks, which is obviously very, very powerful. So we're gonna have to wait and see how that's balanced out, but it's very, very good, particularly in Search and Destroy. Now, next up we have the Reaper. This is the robot guy. He's absolutely insane. His special weapon is the Scythe. You guys have seen this, I'm sure. You turn your right arm into a minigun, and you can just spray people down. It's kind of like a death machine from back in Black Ops 1 and stuff like that. So that's a lot of fun. Then his specialist ability is Psychosis, and this is where you create 3 of yourself. So there's you and then 2 other copies of yourself. You guys all turn blue, and the enemies can't tell which one you are. They all look the same. So you kind of, you know, create some distractions. You can send them around corners and stuff like that. Enemies will start shooting at them, and then you can pop around the corner and actually take them out, which is kind of cool. Now, next up we've got Prophet. So this guy's pretty interesting. His specialist ability, or his special weapon, I'm sorry, is the Tempest, and this the charge shot lightning weapon that you guys have seen. So this thing, it's a one-hit kill if you kill people. It takes like 1 to 2 seconds to charge up before it fires. But the deal is if there's multiple people in a small area, that electricity is going to transfer from person to person. So if you have like 2 or 3 enemies right next to each other, capping a flag or hanging out in a window or something like that, if you hit one of them with your charged shot, it's going to transfer over and take out the other 2 as well, which is actually really, really powerful. So his weapon's pretty good. His ability is Glitch. You guys know that. Allows you to go back in time by about 3 seconds or a limited distance. So you kind of teleport back to where you were previously, and that can help you get out of some pretty hairy situations. And then finally, last but not least, the 6th character that we know about so far, it's called Nomad. This guy is like a crazy hunter-gatherer type guy. He's like super loner, you know, doesn't really work well with other people. His specialist weapon is the Hive Gun, which is another one of my favorites. This one is so good, guys. You guys have to try it out. So anyway, once you earn this thing, it's basically like a grenade launcher in a sense, but you're shooting mines. So you shoot out these hive mines all over the map. They're particularly good at shooting in doorways or shooting on flags or stuff like that. And when somebody walks over these mines, a bunch of like nanobots will come out and eat them alive, and it literally like takes their flesh off. It's really, really intense, and it kills them instantly. So obviously this is very, very good. I think you could shoot like 6 to 7 to 8, maybe even 9 mines around the map, and as long as you stay alive, those mines are going to stay there. But if you die, they're going to disappear. So you got to be careful with that. And then his specialist ability is Rejack, which we've covered before, is the one where you get to come back to life after being downed. And you know, originally that sounded like something that was a little bit questionable. It sounded like something that might be rage-inducing. It might be a little bit OP, but it's really not, because there's this like giant puff of green smoke where, you know, it's tough for you to see, and you can't really shoot back right away, and it's just like, it's not really that great of an ability. The only good reason to use it is if you're on a big score streak and you want to try to run away and stay on your score streak. That's where it can be kind of useful. So anyway, there you guys have it. That, my friends, is the specialist ability kind of breakdown in Black Ops 3, at least what we know of so far. Like I said, we only know 6 out of 9, so there are 3 more that we have yet to hear about, and I'm kind of excited because I'm assuming they're going to save some of the best for last. Like, I'm sure they have some crazy ones coming up, and you know, I'm sure they're going to be teasing stuff out. You know, maybe one at Comic-Con, maybe one at Gamescom, stuff like that. So as we hear about more of these things, I'll be sure to let you guys know, but as of right now, this is what we know so far. So let me know what you guys think. Which one kind of, you know, excites you the most? Which of these specialist characters, or which the abilities or weapon is the one that you guys are really looking forward to? Leave comments down below. I'm going to see what you guys have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed. And check out these 2 videos on screen if you haven't seen them yet. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.